Welcome back. And, I wanted to discuss uh, channels that you have with your customer segments and the importance of understanding those channels. Um, in the business model canvas, they give you a nice little drawing and they discuss it and they hit off on one, two, three, four, five channels, right? And they break it up into different types, whether it's your own channel or a partner channel. Um, and we begin to contemplate how you're going to communicate with your customers, how you're going to sell goods and services to your customers, and how you're going to take care of them after the purchase, right? And absolutely, this is one of the most critical elements of understanding a startup. You cannot sell a product if you're not talking to customers. You can't. It can't exist in a vacuum. The great idea, you're going to just put an app on the App Store and it's going to take off. You're just going to put a website up on the web, it's going to take off. Absolutely not. We understand the concepts of advertising, and what this is really doing is telling you how are you going to do that, how are you going to promote, how are you going to sell, how are you going to service, right? These are the core functions of it. And I think you have a very interesting concept because Business Model Canvas takes this value proposition and discusses how are you going to tell people what your value proposition is, how are you going to raise awareness with regard to that, how do you help your customers make the decision to purchase their products. And I think I really am interested to see how you do that. A number of you are working on social entrepreneurship initiatives, and you've heard me say, listen, you have to convince people to part with their money, we all know it's a good cause, but they're not just going to line up to give you their money. You have to deliver, you have to communicate with them. You have to deliver that communication and let them understand what it is, what is the value proposition, what is it that they're getting, and why should they make that donation. I always think of NPR, and NPR does a really good job 4 times a year. They get on the radio and they promote their fund drive, and like I gave the other day, one of the things they do is they have an arrangement with New Yorker magazine. Donate X amount for the year and they will send you a subscription to New Yorker magazine. I don't know what they pay for it, but assumingly it's less than market rate, and both New Yorker and NPR, WNYC, both benefit from the subscriptions. Now, they don't sell advertising on NPR, right? They fundraise through their own channel, their own radio station, through their station, which reaches millions of people. And they already have a customer base that's waiting for that. And then they provide different values to those customers. How are you going to get the people to be interested, to become aware of what you're doing? Essentially, think about it from a PR perspective, right? How are you going to raise awareness? How are you going to help them evaluate your proposition? And then how are you going to sell to them? If you have a product, how are you going to deliver it to people? Are you going to sell it in stores? Are you going to sell it over the internet? Are you going to sell it at craft fairs on the weekend, right? I mean, it doesn't matter. What the answer is, it matters, does it make sense with regard to what you're trying to deliver to that particular customer segment. And that's how you work through these channels and really get to understand it. Owned channels are simply channels that you own, whereas you have partner channels that work through vendors of yours and groups that you've made arrangements with to grow and partner with you as you develop this venture. So, sometimes you'll see, Facebook team up with someone that they're trying to promote, and they're going to give them some preferential treatment with regard to their product placement. You can see any number of ways to do this. What it is your job to do is to understand it and develop a plan with regard to how you expect to be able to do this.